So, we reached the end of the trail. We had made the perilous journey into young adulthood and were perhaps worse off, but better prepared because of it. As we crossed the line that divided the out there from the in here that we had always known, we all felt that something had changed, and that this was an ending and a new beginning. There was a euphoric energy that bubbled out of us and the very earth that day, even if it was the last time most of us would ever feel it. We were in sync with each other, and all things that didn't have to do with teachers or parents. Greedo spent most of his life saving up $119 and finally was able to visit the happiest place on earth like he always wanted to. There, he went down in history for being the biggest person to ride the smallest ride they had the most times, and then died of COVID-19. Growing up always seems to make sense in the rear view, but while it's all happening, you don't know how frail promises of forever wind up being, and how easy it is to not know what's important until it's gone. I wouldn't have changed a thing about that summer, but I wish the world had stayed that way sometimes. I never talked to Dylan again, but I heard from some friends that he created the world's first CrossFit water park before being forced to declare bankruptcy, and then died of COVID-19. There's nothing in life like your first best friend. Montez and I had known each other since before we knew how to talk, and had shared everything for almost as long. When I think back to the happier, innocent days of my life, they always seem to be closely tied to his laugh and presence. I've often wondered what it is that happens to humans that makes it so hard to share like that again later, but I never was smart enough to make any headway with it. I think maybe that's the part about growing up that makes adults look back with such fondness more than anything else. None of us would ever find anything like this again, never do anything that felt so important and real. We all get jaded with our own lives too soon to care like we can when it's all fresh and new. Montez and I, well, we stayed best friends for the rest of his life, which, sadly, was not very long. As he set out on the Oregon Trail with only a knife and a bag of salt, caught dysentery, and then died of COVID-19. And me? Well, I made this skit, and then I uploaded it, and then died of COVID-19.